Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round number 6, I believe it is, of Fortune Racing. Division 2, we are at the circuit de Paul Ricard here in France, getting underway for this qualifying session. We'll have a qualifying, a sprint, and then the feature race here. So plenty of action to come at the Le Castellet circuit. First driver out on the track, I believe, is Man Like Shadow, although he's just been passed by the Ferrari of Lilacs. These two making their way around. The first guy's out in front. So yeah, let's see. Just got to quickly send Cam an invite. He was running a little bit late. There we go. We'll be getting him now. So there we go, Cam in the lobby now. He'll be able to take control of his Ferrari in just a moment, as the other Ferrari of Lilacs making his way around to start his first flying lap of the session. So down towards turn number 1 with the Ferrari. Don't run too deep, otherwise you'll get a bad exit out of turn 2 on the run down towards turn 3. Try and cut as much of that curb on the inside as you can, and then just keep it neat and tidy through 4 and 5 into 6. And then careful on the power now as you make your way onto the start finish Man Like sorry, that's a German, just left the session. Let's quickly get him an invite while we're going down this straight. Down into the chicane. Through 11 we go now. Got to try and get as early on the throttle as possible, run it out wide, keep it within the track limits. That's going to be something that I think a few drivers are going to find tricky at this track, is those track limits though. And now across the line with Lilacs, his first flying lap of the session. So that's a 134.1 next across the line. Man Like Shadow, that's a 134.1 as well. And one of the Hasses, that's Wichter, invalidating his lap there. Then we're going to have the McLaren of Justorini coming around the final corner. Let's see what he can do as he comes up towards the start-finish line now. Not a great lap from him. I think there might have been some mistakes. Maybe a double out lap for him. It's a 135.7. Then the Rebel of Angry Dave goes fastest with a 131.8. Up to P1 now. Winter sets a 149. That's got to be another out lap. BPA invalidated his first lap. He set a 133. Would have put him up to P2. And then we have the Williams of Crossroad coming around the final corner. He's managed to keep it within the track limits. So let's see where he's going to put himself across the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 30.492 up to P1, 1.4 seconds clear of Angry Dave. Next car to the line is going to be Wichter, if he's still pushing. No, he's invalidated again. So, no, BPA's invalidated again. So it will be Cam in the Ferrari. He's currently on his outlap, making his way around. So, just a couple corners left on the outlap for Cam in the Ferrari. Let's see where he can put himself as he starts his lap now. towards the start finish line. He's got the Haas of Victor just behind as well. I think he might also be starting a lap. Yeah, invalidated his first ones. So through sector 1 now, and it's another invalidation for Cam. I didn't pick up whether that was just he's invalidated again, or whether that was a this and next he picked up somewhere. Either way, his lap is done. BPA on an invalid lap, and Victor's invalidated as well. Is my mini-map bugged? Nope, it's not bugged. So, BPA now starts another flying lap here. Winter also on a flying lap, I believe. Oh, and BPA's off the track. That's his lap over. Let's head over to Winter, who's also invalidated. Everybody struggling with the track limits. And it is costing a few people. Crossrog's had an off. Oh, he might have actually just run out of fuel. Let's get on board. Yeah, nope, he's just getting ready for a lap, I think. He still has 2.5 laps of fuel. Not sure why he's going so slowly. Maybe just preparing the tyres for another go. And yeah, we'll watch on board with this then. So down into turn 1. The provisional pole sitter goes. A little bit of a wobble on the exit of turn 2. They're going to have cost him a little bit of time. Through 3 now. Cutting a lot of the curb. Keeps it within those track limits, though, just about. Let's see. Has he improved through sector 1? No, he's 1.3 seconds down. I expect he's going to abort this lap then. Not an ideal first go for him. And Winter has invalidated again. Coming back into the pit lane. BPA also invalidated. Some drivers really struggling with the track limits. BPA is going at it again. Has the ERS, has the fuel. And I think this is attempt number 4 for BPA. Attempt 3. So let's see how he can do here. Lots of drivers heading out for another outlap. Angry Dave, Lilacs, Man Like Shad, and Justarini all making their way down the Mistral Straight. Actually, sorry, Lilacs is down at the final corner. The other 3 on the Mistral Straight. So Lilac starting his second lap of the session. He's currently sat in P3 after taking his first podium in Fortune Racing last time out in Qatar. Currently sat in P3, but there's still a lot of drivers yet to set a lap who you'd expect would be faster. Victor, BPA, German, Cam, Wimax. And I also think Justarini can probably go faster as well. Winter. I think there's quite a lot of drivers still yet to improve. So we'll have to wait and see who can hook a time up. BPA coming to the end of the middle sector now. Gonna catch up to a little bit of traffic here. Hopefully not going to cost him too much. It's just the Red Bull of Angry Dave in front of him right now. Coming into the final corner now. As they're all starting their laps. BPA coming to finish his. Towards the line, might pick up a little bit of a tow here. What time is it going to be for BPA? It's a 1 minute 30.3, 1 minute 31.3, sorry. Goes second fastest up into P2, but 9/10 off of Crossfrog. Not where he would have wanted to be. I think Angry Dave already invalidated his lap because he's slowing down. Lilacs is invalidated as well. Man Like Shad and Justarini as well, both still pushing on. Let's see what they're able to do here. The only 2 drivers on laps, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah, Angry Dave has invalidated. And it looks like Justarini is catching up to Man Like Shad a little bit on this lap. Hopefully he isn't going to catch up too much come the end. A little bit wide from Justarini. And off the track on the track limits there. Another driver coming victim of those track limits. He was on for a very nice lap there, but has just fallen short with those track limits. A bit wide from Man Like Shad there. Going to cost him a little bit of time into the final corner now. Slows down a little bit too much. Went into neutral, I think, actually. Definitely won't have helped him there on the exit. Down towards the start finish line. It's a 133.7 up to 4th place. Finds a couple positions. Giustorini into the pit lane. 7 minutes left on the clock. Still time to get another run in for everyone. Who do we have on flying lap? I think Victor's on the lap here. Going to be the next one to the line. And then it's... I don't know if Winter's on a lap. Let's have a look at that delta. It doesn't look... Yeah, no. So Victor now rounding the final corner of the Le Castellet track. Crossing the line now. That's a 1 minute 30.6 into the 30. Second driver to do so. And only 2/10 off the time of Crossfrog. Man like Shad might be starting another lap. German is on a lap as well. No, but he's invalidated. Man like Shad's into the pits. It's Crossfrog on a lap now. Making his way to the end of Sector 1. 2/10 down on his first lap. Oh, and he's lost the car. Crossfrog has a spin. Down at turn number 7. Crossfrog losing the rear end. And he is round. And that is lap over for Mr. Crossfrog. German coming through Sector 1 now on his lap. His first lap of the session, so no delta to compare it to. It's a 23-second Sector 1 for him, I believe that said. Coming into the chicane now. Got a Ferrari off down at turn 1 as well. Not sure who that is. It's Lilex. Had a little spin there. Should be able to get back underway now, though. Here comes the German through turn number 12 into 13 now. And here we go, out of the final corner now. On the run towards the line. German is going to set a 132.6, puts himself up into P number 5. And then we have Cam on an outlap. Is going to be the next driver. He is just making his way through the final sector, getting himself prepared. And round the final corner now. To start his flying lap here, what can he put in on the table? Yeah, one of 2 drivers yet to set time, the other being Wumax down in P11. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock. Wumax is making his way out now. He's been saving some sets of tyres. It is a sprint race, so not too surprising. Just a quick look at the championship standings while we're going through this race, through this qualifying session. Wumax currently leading the championship by 8 points over Giustorini. BPA 14 points behind Womax. Cam, 28 points behind. And then there's quite a big jump to the next car, which is Crossfrog. He's 23 behind Cam, 51 off the lead. 3 races left to go, though, and everyone in the top 10 still theoretically... Sorry, the top... There'll be another 8 points. So it'll be everybody within the top... Oh, I can't even think now. 52, 60, 78, 86 points off. So everyone in the top 11, actually. It's only one more position. Cam across the line goes second, fastest to 130.6. That is probably his one and only lap, though, in this session. Unless he was saving ERS. He might be... Oh, no, he won't. I don't think he'll be able to make it around to start a final lap in qualifying, unfortunately for him. But we have a lot of drivers now on flying laps here. The first one of which is man like Shad. No, sorry, the German coming through the middle sector now. So let's see what he can do. Is he backing out? I can't really tell. His ERS seems to be off, and he's into the pit lane. That is qualifying over for German. P6 at best for him. So the next car to finish a lap is going to be the Ferrari of... No, the Williams of Man Like Shad is the next one. Crossfrog just starting his lap. He will be the last driver to start a lap in this session. Maybe Lilacs will get around. It's going to be a bit close, though, with the Ferrari. But Man Like Shad now coming through this final sector. Looks like Lilacs will just about make it to the line. 5 seconds. 4, 3... No, Lilacs seems to be waiting. He went a bit too... He got that timing a little bit wrong. He's going to have to go around and do another lap anyway. Man Like Shad now towards the line. Where can he put the Williams? Stays 7th fastest, doesn't improve. Womax now to the line. Up to P1, it's a 130.2. He finds the time on his one and only lap. Can anybody else do anything to stop him? Oh, that was Cam that was going to the line. Lilacs across the line, stays 9th fastest. Next car to cross the line will be Winter. Massively up on that time. Another driver yet to have a representative time on the table. Winter towards the start-finish line. What time can they do? It's a 130.7, goes 5th fastest. Not too bad of a time. Next driver to the line, Angry Dave. Crosses the line, finds a couple tenths up to P7. Last driver to cross the line would be Justarini, but he has invalidated. I think a little bit worrying for Justarini as well with that 35, unless he had a mistake in the final sector. He's crossed the line to a 29.9, which would have been pole position, but he invalidated. The only driver left to finish, Crossfrog. I forgot about him. He stayed P2 though. I think it was a 130.2. Just missing out on the pole position. Unfortunately for him, 130.3 for him. 44 milliseconds between Womax and Crossfrog. It was close, but Womax comes out on top. Crossfrog P2, Cam in P3. Winter takes P4, Winter P5, BPA 6th, Angry Dave 7th, German 8th, Man Like Shad 9th, Lilacs in 10th, and Justarini unable to hook a lap up there at the end. Takes P11. And I just want to have a look at Justarini's sectors quickly. Yeah, it looks like he's had good final sectors. It's just the first 2 sectors, sorry, his final sector just not hooking up. And then that second lap had the invalidation, unfortunately. But now we head down to the grid. The drivers just getting ready to select their tyres. I will be back in a second while they make their way through the menus, getting ready to go to the grid. Alright, shouldn't be too much longer until we are getting underway here. Drivers just going to be finalising their strategies. Alrighty then, heading down to the grid now. So, for this sprint race then, let's have a look at those tyres that everybody has chosen. Soft tyres for everybody except for Cam, Victor and German. Everybody else. Yeah, so 3 drivers on the mediums, everybody else on the soft compound tyres. So yeah, Womack's currently leading us away on this formation lap. Going to be looking for a decent result here to try and extend his lead out in front of the championship. AlphaTauri also leading the Constructors' Championship, 21 points clear of McLaren right now. So here we go now. Womack's gone quite fast on this formation lap. Bit of a gap to the cars behind, but we are forming up for the grid now. And we will be underway in just a moment as Womack's pulling into his box. Everybody else behind going to follow suit soon. Hopefully no disqualifications for any of the drivers. BPA and Winter both overshooting their grid boxes. Man like Shad does the same as well. 3 drivers overshooting. Here we go now for the race start. The 5 lights are on. Oh, and we've had a bug start. Alright then. So we will be back in just a second. Lobby restart going to be coming. So yeah, we will be back in just a moment. While the grid forms up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back now. After that lobby restart, just a quick look back at the grid. It is Wumax starting on pole. Alongside him on the front row, we have Crossfrog, Cam in third, Victor in P4 in the Haas, Winter P5 in the Alfa Romeo. Alongside him is BPA Sim Racer Ryan starting in 7th, with the German alongside in 8th. King Shadow in 9th, Lilex in 10th, and Justarini starting at the back of the grid. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one heading through this sprint, as to whether anybody's going to be able to make their way back through. Justarini, I feel like, is a little bit out of position. He's definitely going to be one to watch. But yeah, I think there's definitely going to be a bit of action throughout this race. Trying to get thing to pick my game back up. Stopped working. Maybe yes, it's not picking it up anymore. Right, I guess we will go with display capture then instead of game capture. No? Don't want to do that either. Okay, just having a few technical difficulties with picking up the game. On OBS, which is not ideal. Just trying to work this one out. Not too sure what is going on here. Hopefully we will get this sorted by the time the race gets underway. Well, I'm not too sure what's going on. I will be back in a second. Just in time for the end of the formation lap, we have managed to get... Oh, this is lap 1. I forgot we don't have a formation lap. Okay, right. So, Wumax has led us away here on lap 1. Crossfrog in P2. Man like Shad has had a crash on the lap 1 as well. There's a lot of stuff we've missed here, I think, which is not ideal. Justarini up to P5. Defending currently from Witter, who's also attacking Cam. BPA fighting with the German through turn 3. The German going wide though. A little bit of a mistake from him. So down the Mistral straight, Wumax out in front, leading from Crossfrog. Victor and Cam battling behind them as well. Justarini on the back of them. The German closing in a little bit on Angry Dave as they make their way to the end of the straight. through the chicane. Let's see, can anyone get a good launch out of him? Maybe try a move down into the fast right-hander. Here comes the Aston Martin, trying it round the outside of the Red Bull. He turns into the corner, and he's ahead of the Red Bull car. There we go. There's the tyres. Top 4 on medium tyres, along with the German. The German off the track. There is the Red Bull of Angry Dave. Gets back through, and here comes Winter, trying the opportunistic move round the outside and up into P8. The German losing another position. So the top 4 plus the German on the medium tyres, everybody else on the softs. Out in front, Womack's only a couple tenths clear. Justorini getting past Victor as well. DRS now enabled. Fastest lap of the race goes to Cam. So here we go now through the middle sector. DRS is enabled on this lap. Womack has put a very nice first sector together and has pulled a decent margin, but Crossrock will have the DRS to close back in on the AlphaTauri down the Mistral Straight. Doesn't look like he's going to get close enough. What can Justorini do on those soft compound tyres? Closing in on Cam. No DRS down the second straight, but with a better exit with those soft compound tyres, could potentially be trying a move down into the next braking zone if he can pick up a nice slipstream. It is quite powerful around this track. Let's wait and see as we now come through. It's not going to be anywhere near close enough for the McLaren. He'll just have to bide his time. But with these soft compound tyres, maybe he can close in through this sector. Already gaining a tenth on the Ferrari. Closing that gap in, getting ready for a move here. Victor also on the back of Justorini, going to be picking up some DRS alongside. Down the start-finish straight we go again. Crossfrog out, gaining on Womack. Half a second between them. Here comes Justorini gaining on Cam. Cam goes defensive to the inside. Justorini trying it round the outside here. Through turn 1, doesn't quite get it to work and has to back out. And that's also compromises run through turn 2 as well. The German into the pit lane, potentially some damage for him. Womack still leading, but not by as much as it was last lap. That gap has shrunk. Crossfrog is all over the back of him, just as Justorini is all over the back of Cam. Here we go down the Mistral Straight. I think we're going to see at least one overtake here. Maybe Crossfrog not going to do it. It looks like he's lost a little bit of time there on the exit. Down towards the chicane now. Justorini has the inside line. He's ahead of the Ferrari, and that is P3 now for Justorini. He's on those soft compound tyres. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out for him later in the race. Victor picks up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. And now Justorini going to set his sights after the likes of Crossfrog and Womack up in 1 and 2. Justorini within the DRS now of Crossfrog. He has those soft compound tyres. He is pushing hard early on, and he needs to make sure he gets into that DRS of the cars in front to try and push hard. Try and get those overtakes done early on in this sprint. No pit stops to come, obviously, but he needs to make sure those moves are done before those tyres start to degrade. Crossfrog still closing in on the back of Womack as well. Womack doing a nice job controlling it out in front. Despite not having any DRS, he is managing to pull some decent gaps without it. So now, round number 5, we go down the Mistral Straight. Justorini closing in on Crossfrog. Crossfrog dropping back from Womack. Not a great launch, and Crossfrog is already flashing that battery. Justorini closing in as they make their way towards the braking zone. Not able to make the move there, but with the soft compound tyres, can he get a better exit, get the slipstream out of the corner, down towards the next braking zone? Doesn't look like he's going to be close enough, but he is gaining quite rapidly on the Williams in front, down into the fast right-hander. He's all over the back of Crossfrog. He's going to go to the inside. Very interesting braking zone to try and make him move. You can take so many different lines through that corner. Crossfrog just managing to defend his position, stays in P2, but He's almost losing the DRS to Wumax here. And Cam all over the back of Justerini. Looks like he taps the rear of him momentarily. He is pushing on. 9/10 the gap between Wumax and Crossfrog. Crossfrog just about picks up that DRS, and that is going to be his saving grace really here, trying to keep this one alive. However, as they come through turn 2 and turn 3, the gap increases. Crossfrog is out of the DRS, the detection point on the exit of turn 7. Or turn 6, sorry. I don't know if it's turn 6 or 7. Right here, and it's 1.5 seconds between Crossfrog and Justerini. Crossfrog going to be under pressure from the 2 cars behind Justerini and Cam. Here we come. Down the Mistral straight. Through goes Justerini. Crossfrog slitting. Let me get my words out. Slotting into the slipstream. And Cam having a look for the move as well. He's going to go round the outside. Back past Crossfrog. A little bit of contact there on the exit maybe. But Crossfrog losing 2 positions on one straight. Justerini up into 2nd place. Cam up to 3rd. The rest of the pack spreading out quite a lot. This is our only real battle. Everybody else over 2 seconds apart. Justerini going to try and push on to get the DRS off of Wumax. He's not going to get it down the start-finish straight, though. That detection point is here. 1.2 seconds. Maybe with those soft compound tyres, he can get a nice run through Sector 1. The only issue is they're probably starting to get a little bit worn now, which won't be helping him out. But we'll wait and see. Can he hook this sector up, get the DRS off of Wumax, and potentially try for a late fight for the race win? These 2 championship rivals going at it in the sprint here. Victor picks up another 3-second time penalty. That will drop him behind BPA as it stands. Not ideal for him. So now 1.2 separating them, 3-second time penalty for the German. He is currently down in P10, not going to be picking up points as it stands. But he will definitely continue to fight this one. .1 between Wumax and Justerini, now 1.2. He's getting close, but he's not quite able to get within that DRS. But one mistake from Wumax could be all that Justerini needs here in this sprint race. Down the start-finish straight we go again. Cam 7/10 off the back of Justerini. If Justerini doesn't get a move on this time around, we could see Cam putting pressure on Justerini down the Mistral straight. 1.1 as they come out of turn 2. 1.2. He's going to have to put a nice sector together here. Hope for a mistake from Wumax in front, potentially. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like Justerini is going to miss out on the DRS for another lap running. 1.3 seconds now the gap. Cam is going to be putting some pressure on now onto the back of Justerini as they make their way down towards the chicane. Justerini now within a second. I think he's deploying a bit of battery here to defend from Cam. If he can keep within this range, this could be his chance going on to the final lap, potentially, to take the sprint win here in France. Eight tenths now the gap between Wumax and Justerini. If he can keep within this margin with that DRS down the first straight, with the DRS down the Mistral straight, it could be a chance for him. But he's going to have to push hard. Those soft tyres not going to be feeling great for him coming through the final sector now. Womax's battery is flashing, Cam's battery is flashing, Justerini, his battery is not flashing. He is going to have more straight line speed now. He has the DRS as well. Off of Womax, here we go now, down towards turn number 1. With Justerini in the McLaren, the gap dropping rapidly down to 0.4 of a second, down to 3 as they make their way into the braking zone of turn 1. He is all over the back of the AlphaTauri, and this could be his chance to snatch it back, do a last to first in the sprint. 3-second time penalty for Cam. He will not be taking the win here unless something happens between the top 2 currently. He should manage to hold on to the P3, 3.5 ahead of Crossroad right now. But here we go with Justerini and Womax now. Down we go through the Mistral straight. It's going to be DRS for Justerini. He's going to have an ERS advantage as well. With that slipstream, can he try and make the move down into the chicane? Here he comes, gaining. Is he going to get enough? He goes to the outside. And he pulls ahead of Womax up into the lead on the final lap of this sprint race. Can he hold on to it now? Onto the power. Foot to the floor. DRS deployed. Crossroad picks up a 3-second time penalty. Cam will be safe now to hold on to that P3. Womax in the slipstream. Does he have the grip to try and go for the move here on Justerini? Or is it just a day later, dollar short for the AlphaTauri driver? 1 sector to go in this lap. Not many overtaking opportunities. He could try into the final corner here, though. That's the last braking zone of this lap now. Has he got the chance? There's also the DRS run to the line. It's going to be a close finish here between Justerini and Womax, the championship rivals. Here we go, coming through the final sector now. Justerini is too far back to send it into the final corner, but with a good run out of the final corner, is he going to get it to the line? I don't think he will. In the slipstream of the McLaren, it's going to be Justerini who takes the sprint win. Last to first for him. Womax takes P2. Cam will come home in P3. Crossroad will take P4. And I don't know what the penalties are looking like currently, but I think Victor might drop behind BPA here across the line. Victor takes P6, BPA P5, Angry Dave P6, Victor P7. Winter will come home in P8. And then it's just going to come down to this fight between the German and Lilacs. Can Lilacs stick within that 3 seconds of the German to take the P9? Neither of these guys are going to pick up a point here, but this will set the grid for the feature race. So could be a little bit important for them. Out of the final corner, Lilacs just losing the time. The German will take the P9. Lilacs comes home P10. So that is the sprint race for you. Justerini came from last, the first driver of the day. Well deserved for him. Very nice drive coming back through the field to take it on the last lap of the race. Have to say that was a very good performance from Justerini. So, there is your sprint result. Justerini wins the race, sprint race by 0.4 of a second. Cam came home in P3 after picking up that 3-second time penalty. He was not able to challenge for the win. Crossroad takes P4, BPA P5, Angry Dave P6, Victor P7, Winter P8, German 9th, Lilacs 10th, and Man Like Shad, the only DNF from that sprint race. Still not sure what happened to him as he crashed out on the last lap of the race. So now we head down to the grid for the start of the feature race, while everybody selects their strategies and all that sort. We just wait. All right then. Here we go for the start of the race. Justerini on pole, Womax alongside. Who can get the better start? The 5 lights are on. And we are underway. Not a great start there from Womax. Cam might get him off the line here. Down towards turn 1 we go. Lots of cars in the background going wheel to wheel. Bit of contact there, and there's a Red Bull round. Angry Dave off into the barriers alongside the German. A couple drivers losing it, and we have a virtual safety car deployed here on lap 1. 2 drivers picking up some wing damage there down at turn 1. Not an ideal start for them. I think they were going three or four wide, and it just ended in contact. So, virtual safety car deployed. Field is neutralized. And everybody will go around at the same pace. I don't think anybody will be able to pit. It should come in around the time when the drivers reach the start finish line, probably. So let's have a quick look at the tyres while we're under this virtual safety car. Hard tyres for Justerini Womax, and we have gone green actually. Softs for Cam and Lyle X, mediums for the rest, who can capitalise in this feature race. BPA close to the back of Crossfrog. Cam all over the back of Womax. He's on 2-step softer tyres. It's going to be a very interesting one here. Down the start, finish straight we go now. Here comes Cam, overtaking Womax to take P2. Lilex getting past Victor. Victor coming into the pits. Maybe some wing damage for him as well. Justerini sets the fastest lap of the race. But Cam up into P2 now with the soft compound tyres. He is going to be charging fast after Justerini out in P1. Winter on the back of Man Like Shad as well. BPA might try and size up and move here on Crossfrog. He's all over the back of them. They're both on the medium compound tyres here. Yellow flags deployed. Man Like Shad is round. Down at turn number 6. Not great for him. Out in front, Cam going for the move on Justerini. He's going to try it round the outside into the chicane. He's ahead. Little bit of wheel banging there between the pair of them. Cam takes the lead. Another spin there for Man Like Shad as he started the Mistral straight. And there's lots of yellow flags getting deployed. BPA past Crossfrog down into turn 12. Who is going to come out on top? Crossfrog has the outside. He might get a little bit of a better launch off the corner, but BPA stays ahead. Man Like Shad really starting to struggle. Keeps spinning down at these corners. Not a great race for him so far. Really struggling with the traction. But Cam leading us away out in front. 9/10 clear of Justerini. He might be able to break the DRS here, and that would be really beneficial for him. Cam sets the fastest lap of the race, as expected on those soft tyres. 9/10 clear. We have more yellow flags. Man Like Shad again having another spin. He is really struggling. Early on in this race, maybe got the setup a bit wrong. And no DRS for Justerini. I think he was slightly outside the 1 second margin. Womax will pick up DRS off the McLaren. So now Not too many battles happening through the field. Everybody seems to be spreading out a little bit right now. Cam just pulling away. Giustorini has picked up DRS this time around, though. Giustorini gaining on Cam now. Maybe those soft tyres really not working out. Let's see, man like shot into the pit lane now. Giustorini closing in. Womack also close behind. Hopefully we're going to get a bit of action very soon. Some racing between the drivers would be nice. Down towards turn 1, Giustorini closing in on the Ferrari. Those soft tyres not working out as well for him as he would have hoped. Giustorini might be sizing up a move here down the Mistral Straight. Shouldn't be too much longer. He is all over the back of the Ferrari. Womack might even come through at the same time if he stays this close. Here we go now with the DRS. Giustorini gaining, not gaining enough though. Has to stay behind in P2. So here comes Giustorini. Had a look to the inside momentarily. Not quite able to get it done there. Lilacs picks up a 3-second time penalty. Crossrug has managed to get past BPA as well. So now down the start finish, 3-second time penalty for German as well. Here comes Giustorini on the Ferrari driver, pulling to the outside. Is he going to be able to make this one work? Round the outside of the Ferrari, almost contact between them. Cam just had to back out as Giustorini powered his way past now down towards turn 3. The Ferrari gaining on the McLaren again, not quite close enough, but he will get the DRS down the straight. And here comes Cam again on the McLaren driver, retaking the race lead here on lap 6. Womack getting a very good exit out of the chicane. Could be trying a move here on Giustorini as they make their way down towards the next braking zone. He seems a little bit too far back. For a moment, it looked like he was going to be trying it down into the right-hander there, but just has to slot in behind. BPA also very close to the back of Crossrog. These are the only two battles happening on track. Everybody else very spread out over 5 seconds. The gap between everybody else, unfortunately. So down the start finish straight once again. Giustorini all over the back of Cam and past. Winter picks up a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's down at the final corner, I believe. Not sure what's happened there. But 10-second time penalty for the Alfa Romeo driver. Not going to be ideal. I don't think you can serve them in the pit lane either. So that will be taken to the end of the race. Back out in front. Cam not able to keep up as well with Justerini. Womack gaining on the Ferrari, pulling to the inside line here down into turn 8. Has to back out, not close enough to stick it up the inside. Victor picks up a 3-second time penalty, and Winter has had a spin down at turn 7. Justerini out in front. Womack has managed to get the move done on Cam. Now the top two both running on the hard compound tyres. Coming through the final corner now. Justerini leading by around 0.6 of a second. Cam a further 0.5 back. That's now 0.6. Justerini might be deploying a little bit of battery, playing it defensive to try and stay ahead of Womack, but it's probably going to be a bit futile when they get down towards the long Mistral straight with that DRS. He will try his best. BPA all over the back of Crossfrog as well. This is the closest battle currently on the track. Here we go now, down the Mistral straight. Crossfrog going a little bit wide there. Going to give BPA a chance now down this straight with the DRS. Here he comes already, pulling alongside the Williams driver and ahead. BPA up into 4th place, 3-second time penalty for Winter for track limits. Top 3 staying as it was before. No moves happening there. Cam on the back of Womack now, quite close to him, just keeping these soft tyres alive long enough. Crossfrog has managed to get back past BPA, but these battles for P3, P4 and P5 are close. Oh, and BPA's round! BPA's lost it! We have a safety car deployed. Who is going to come into the pits? I expect everybody into the pit lane. Here comes Justerini, Womack's Cam, Crossfrog in as well. BPA will obviously be in to change that front wing. Not sure what happened there. Was that an incident between Crossfrog and BPA there? We didn't quite catch what happened. Maybe we'll see later on in the stewards' room. Shouldn't be any double stack issues for anyone here. The only team with 2 drivers is Williams and the 2 Williams cars. We're almost a lap apart. 5-second time penalty for Winter, 3 seconds for Lilacs on the pit entry. I expect that is a bugged warning though. So yeah, everybody coming out the pit lane. I believe the order will stay exactly as it was. Victor coming in. German making his way into the pit lane as well. And Angry Dave. Angry Dave deciding to stay out, actually. Quite an interesting decision. He might pick up 1 or 2 positions here, but he'll have significantly older tyres. So he will go past the German. He will go past Victor. And that's it. And he has 7-lap old tyres compared to their brand new tyres. Maybe not the right call from him. We'll have to wait and see. So while the rest of the field are catching up, man like Shag coming into the pit lane as well to get off those soft compound tyres. So, Angry Dave into the pit lane. He's got another speeding penalty. I think he was coming in to serve one, and he's picked himself up another one. Let's quickly get... Oh no, he was changing his tyres. Let's get a look quickly at the penalties. 18 seconds for Winter, 6 for Lilex, 6 for Victor, 5 for Angry Dave, and 3 for the German. So I believe the safety car will be in this lap. It might be one lap longer. I haven't really kept track of how many laps we've had under safety car so far. If we've only had 2 laps, then Man Like Shad should get another one to catch up. But if this is the 3rd lap, it will come in regardless of whether he catches up or not. So there's the safety car line. It hasn't said it's coming in, so I expect we're gonna get one more lap. So, Man Like Shad making his way down towards St. Corner. Hopefully gonna catch up soon. But I expect safety car being at the end of lap 11 regardless. And yeah, so Man Like Shad should catch up this time around. He's just coming onto the back of the pack. So safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Yeah, so let's just quickly have a look at the driver positions gained so far in this race. So the top 5 actually staying exactly the same as the sprint. Winter up 2, Lilex up 3, German up 1, Victor down 2, Man Like Shad, Angry Dave up 4, and down 4, sorry, and Man Like Shad has stayed in the same place. As for tyres, Justerini and Wumax on mediums, Cam, Crossroad, BPA, and Winter on a set of hards. What is happening at the back there? Something's happening between Man Like Shad and Angry Dave. Not too sure. Safety car is in this lap, though. So it doesn't really matter what happens between these guys. Lilex, German, and Man Like Shad on softs. Angry Dave, Wumax, Justerini on mediums. Everybody else on hards. So now down to Justerini, the safety car, not really that far ahead. Gonna take a bit of time before it is into the pit lane and Justerini can get underway. But it will be down to him to make the decision when he wants to go. When he wants to make that jump. And it is now. He has gone. accelerating out of the final corner. A little bit messy but further back with the restart, but these top guys getting it done nicely. Giustarini leading us away into turn 1. 9/10 he managed to put on that restart, not too shabby. Further behind, Cam and Crossfrog quite close together. Giustarini managed to pull 1.1 seconds already. Cam under pressure from Crossfrog for a second. It looks like Crossfrog had a bit of a moment though, and he has dropped off. Yellow flags, and we have Malik Shad had another spin. Seems to be a frequent occurrence for him right now, unfortunately. Couple of fights in the midfield. Few drivers separated by about half a second each or less. But nobody able to make a move here on these first few laps after the safety car restart. Victor right on the back now of German. 3-second time penalty for Cam. We saw it in the sprint. It's happened in the feature race as well. Unfortunately, that will be a bit costly for him. Here we go, down towards turn 1. Victor and Lilex fighting. Lilex has the inside line, but Victor manages to get past. 3-second time penalty for BPA as well, as he gets past Crossfrog. There was a spinner there. Who was that? That's Crossfrog. Crossfrog made a mistake on the exit of 2. He's dropping down the order down to P8. He should manage to defend from Lilex here. Not great from him though, losing a lot of positions. Down the Mistral straight now with the DRS. Cam was getting close, but not close enough for an overtake. Lots of drivers doing the same. Lilex trying it around the outside of Crossfrog, not quite close enough again. Winter might try it to the inside here of BPA. Under braking, the Alfa Romeo getting past, but BPA trying to stick it round the outside. Who's got the better exit? Looks like BPA. Is Winter going to try and send it down the inside? No, just not close enough. Angry Dave picks up a 3-second time penalty. Winter off the track there as well, not going to be helping his cause. But Giustarini pulled 2 seconds now out in front. Really nice restarts from him so far. Those medium tyres have just switched on and he has clicked with it. DRS is now enabled here on lap 14 of 27. We are just over half race distance. So let's see what they can do now with the extra power down the straights. First driver that we'd expect to potentially make a move is going to be Cam. 3-second time penalty again for Victor Manlak into the pit lane. No move coming for Cam, was just too far back to make anything happen. Someone who might make a move though is Angry Dave, getting past Lilex. Oh, a little bit of contact though. Angry Dave and Lilex coming together. German picks up a 3-second time penalty. Looks like Angry Dave managed to come through pretty unscathed. Winter and BPA fighting now. Winter's gone wide though, off the track. Victor on the back of the German now as well. Oh, and Winter's just lagged into Victor and he is round. Not sure what's happened there. Bit of desync for the Alfa Romeo. He has been spun round. Nothing that Victor could have done there to avoid that. Very unfortunate for him. On to the start-finish straight now. Here comes Cam closing in on Wimax. Not close enough. Victor closing in on the German again. Just going to have to sit behind. Oh, he's having a look to the inside. Oh, late move, a little bit of contact, but he does manage to get past. Off the track, though, 3-second time penalty for track limits. That's his third penalty, I believe. Down towards turn 3. The German gets back past, maybe an illegal overtake for the Haas driver. This is getting a bit scrappy between these drivers. Wick to the German and Crossrock. Here we go now down the Mistral Straight. German and Crossrock are both going to pick up DRS off of the Haas driver. Could be a chance for an overtake here. Let's see what they can pull off now. Into the braking zone. Crossfrog up the inside of German, who makes all the contact between German and Victor. Not ideal. They have managed to continue. Maybe a bit of damage for the Haas, though. Not going to be helping him later in this race. And Cam all over the back of Womack. Justerini now pulled 3 seconds out in front. He is starting to extend his lead quite nicely. A couple of seconds out in front now. Here comes Cam once again in the slipstream with the DRS on Womack's, gaining down the start-finish straight. Womack's battery is flashing now. That's not going to be what he wants. He's going to really struggle to defend now from the Ferrari behind, especially down the Mistral straight. He's not going to have much to defend with at all. Three-second time penalty again for Cam. 6 seconds total now for the Ferrari driver, really starting to struggle with those track limits. And unfortunately, yeah, those penalties aren't going to be helping him at all. They are starting to pick up the pace a little bit, though. I think that gap to Justerini has fallen a little bit. Here comes Cam now, up past Womack. Cam up into P2, but those penalties really going to be costly for him. As it would stand, they would drop him back down behind Womack. He would maintain the position in front of everyone else. Man like Shad, another spin, I think. He is dropping quite far behind, 50 seconds already behind Lyle X in P10. Winter picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits as well. Lots of drivers struggling with those track limits. Victor just dropping out of that DRS. He looks like he had a little bit of a slide there. And the German into the pit lane now. Off of those soft compound tires. We have yellow flags, and that's another spin for man like Shad. Not great for him. Really not been a good race at all. He's about to get lapped as well. One more spin and he will be lapped. So Cam still in front of Womack. Womack is closing in, though. He's going to get some DRS here. Down the straight. Lalex is into the pit lane. 3-second time penalty for BPA Not ideal for him. I think that's a total of 6 now that he's collected. So, gonna have a bit of a fight for the rest of this race, I think, for P2. I think one interesting thing actually is going to be, can the mediums that Justerini, Wumax, Angry Dave all put it on, can they go to the end? Or are they going to have to make another pit stop? It's going to be a big factor. Can the hards go to the end as well? That's another thing to think about. Down the start-finish straight now. 3:10 separating them under the straight. Wumax is getting close, but I think he's just struggling a little bit with his battery. Winter also closing in on the back of Angry Dave in the Red Bull. Down the Mistral straight again. Not quite close enough. Let's head over to Winter. Man like Shad just been lapped by Justerini. Can Winter get the move done on Angry Dave? Seems just to be dropping back a little bit from the Red Bull. Wumax all over the back of Cam. Coming through the final sector. For a moment, it looked like he was going to go for the move. But he is just biding his time. Waiting it out, getting ready. And Cam into the pit lane. Cam was on the hard tyres, but he has chosen to pit first. Oh, this is going to be interesting then. He goes for a set of soft tyres. 5-second time penalty for speeding for Angry Dave. I think he has one he's about to serve as well, so not great for him, unfortunately. Not much happening on the track right now. The field is just a little bit spread out. But Justerini out in front. Oh, we have yellow flags. And man like Shad round again at the chicane. He was being lapped by Wumax and now spun around. Wumax into the pits. Here on lap 21, soft compound tyres for him. Top 5 yet to make a final pit stop. Are they going to make a final pit stop? Justerini, the only one of them on medium tyres, everybody else on hards. Winter picks up another 3-second time penalty. And Cam has come out ahead of Justerini, of Wumax, sorry. 1.8 seconds clear. Here comes Winter trying to fight back against Cam. Doesn't have the pace though. Cam just superior pace, flying past, and now he's going to be under pressure from Wumax again. Another position loss potentially. Wumax to the inside of this fast right-hander. Gonna try and make this move work, and does so. Up into P6 now. Justerini into the pit lane. Let's see where he comes out. So Justerini had a 15-second lead over the rest of them. I think even if none of these hard runners come into the pits, I think there's still definitely a chance for Justerini to fight his way back past BPA and Crossrock to take the race win. It's going to be very close on the pit exit here. Justerini just comes out ahead of Cam. That defense from Victor has cost Cam the P3 ahead of Justerini here. Justerini has fresher tyres though. He's got to now push to try and catch BPA and Crossrock in case they do take those tyres to the end of the race. Here comes Cam on Justerini. Justerini has nothing to defend with as they head down towards the chicane. Cam up into the net lead here, but they might have to try and close this gap to Crossrock. Crossrock the only one without a penalty in the top 3. Here comes Justerini now down the inside through the fast right-hander. Cam just managing to edge back ahead, but his rear light is flashing. He is low on ERS. More yellow flags. That is Winter going slowly. Not sure what happened there. Here we go down the start finish. Here comes Justerini retaking the race lead. Back past Cam. They've got to be careful not to fight too much here, otherwise they might not catch up to Crossrock. 3 seconds now ahead of Justerini, the Williams driver is. Now down the Mistral straight. Cam not close enough to make the overtake. But crucially, they are onto the back of Crossrock now. This is the crucial thing for them. Once they get this move done, they're into the net race lead. Justerini all over the back of Crossrock now as they head to a final corner. Crossrock into the pit lane. He is not sticking it out any longer. Fastest lap of the race for Justerini. Now up into P2, the net lead with that penalty for BPA. Let's get those penalties up on screen now. In case BPA does go to the end, it's a 6-second penalty he has. Cam also has 6 seconds. Make that 9 now. He's just picked another one up, and he's also dropping out of the DRS of Justerini. Wumax past Cam as well. So as it stands, BPA would drop down to P3 with that penalty that Cam is carrying. Lilacs picks up another 3-second time penalty. Still, though, BPA could lose it if Cam can overtake him and pull 3 seconds. And Justerini now onto the back of him. Through, up into the lead now. Justerini retaking his advantage. It's the race lead for Justerini once more. He has the clean air to try and push now. Victor picks up another 3 seconds. That's 18 in total now for him. So, just looking at the penalties, as it would stand, BPA would lose a position. Yeah, let's just go through the order quickly. It would be Justerini, BPA, Womax, Cam, Crossfrog, Victor, Angry Dave, Winter, I think. Oh, Crossfrog making a move, and so is Womax. Womax now up past BPA, lap 25 of 27. We have 2 laps of racing left for BPA to try and hang on to this podium. He's just got to stick within 3 seconds of the Ferrari. A little bit of contact there between BPA and Cam. BPA just not able to carry as much speed through the corners. Down the start finish straight now. Penultimate lap of this race has been started. Justerini has a 3-second lead out in front. Womax in P2 carrying a 6-second penalty. No, Womax in P2, sorry, no penalty for him. 6-second penalty for BPA, 9 seconds for Cam. If BPA can stick within 3 seconds off Cam, he will take the final podium position. Crossfrog sets the fastest lap of the race. As it stands, he will come home in P5 as well, which I think was where he was before he pitted anyway. So he hasn't really lost much. Here comes Cam now, going for the overtake on BPA in the Alpine. He's up now into P3, but he's got a lap and a half left to pull the 3-second gap. It's going to be a tricky one. He's got a chance to do it, but yeah, it's really going to be a case more. It's not going to so much going to be does Cam have the pace, but more is BPA missing the pace. And I'm also just looking at the gap that Justerini's pulled over BPA. He's only just pulled 3 seconds in the last 2 laps while they've been fighting. Not looking perfect, I have to say. And BPA is going to pick up a nice helping of DRS down the start-finish straight as well to help him in his cause. The gap now 1 second between them. Cam is going to continue to push to try and overtake Womax on track. Maybe he would spin while he's fighting. That would help Cam. Obviously, it would be very unfortunate. But also, I think Cam wants to just get this one on track if he can. Here we go now, down towards the chicane. BPA 1.5 seconds behind. As it stands, they aren't gaining enough. Cam does get past 3-second time penalty for the German. But as it stands, BPA should hang on to the P3, I think. But in the end, we didn't have too much action in this race. Winter picks up another 3-second time penalty. That's 27 seconds now in total for the Alfa Romeo driver. There wasn't too much action racing in this race. Lots of drivers split apart by gaps around 5 seconds. But in the end, Giusterini managed to fight his way back through the field after pitting for the soft compound tyres. He takes the race win here in France. Cam will come across the line in P2, but he's going to drop down to P4 as Wumax takes P2. BPA comes home in P3. Cam will take the P4. Victor, making his way around the final corner, will take P6. Crossfrog is going to come home for P5 after that penalty for Victor. Crossfrog also taking the fastest lap of the race. And then I'm going to let these penalties sort themselves out because they're a bit confusing. Angry Dave takes P7. The German takes P8. Winter takes P9. Lilacs will take P10. And Man Like Shad will take P11. So there we go. That is the French Grand Prix. Giusterini taking the win. Extends his championship lead over Wumax out in front. Very nicely done by him. Had the pace through the whole race and in the end was able to pull away on that last stint. Crossfrog takes drive of the day. Nice recovery drive from him after a couple of mistakes. Coming home with the fastest lap of the race as well. So there we go. There is your final result. 25 points heading Giusterini's way after that feature race. He takes the sprint win. He takes the feature race win. Wumax taking P2. BPA P3. Cam P4. Crossfrog P5. Victor. Then Angry Dave. German Winter. Lilacs. And Man Like Shad finishing in last place. So that is the race. Sorry about that. I think my mic may have just cut out there. I forgot to add something into OBS, but anyway, let's head to the commentators VC and let's go for BPA. BPA, P3 for you. How was that race?
It was a pretty bad race, to be honest. The first safety car was caused by me. I spun out of the right-hander where Leclerc lost it in 22. Then I decided to stay out at the end. It was one of my best decisions of my life. And yeah, it was a shit race, but okay with this podium.
Yeah, were you a little bit worried when you saw the pace that they were catching you at that you wouldn't be able to hang on to that P3? Obviously, you inherited it as a result of Cam having 3 seconds more of time penalties.
Oh, actually, because I had an incident where I got a penalty after 2 warnings, so that penalty would have been removed. But yeah, no.
All right then, and P6 in qualifying, you were 1 second off the pole lap. Was there an issue on your lap, or was it just the lack of pace?
I always slower on qualifying than race pace. I'm not a qualifying merchant. I have a very big consistency throughout laps, a lot of laps like race distance. So yeah, it was just a lack of pace.
All right then, and finally, we got Australia next time out. Do you think you're going to go well there?
No,
Well, that says it all. Thank you, BPA, for the interview.
yeah,
But yeah,
thank you.
best of luck next time out.
Thank you.
All right then, let's get. Hello, Justerini.
Hello, hello.
Another race win for you. Another sprint win as well. How was that race for you?
Exciting. I enjoyed it so much. Very nice.
All right. So starting at the back, was there an issue for you in qualifying? You seemed quite a way off the pace.
Um, no, I just couldn't hook up the lap. I was doing like purple, purple, then track limits, purple, purple, track limits.
Right.
So I don't know. I just couldn't hook it up properly.
But you managed to do last to first in the sprint. That set you up nicely for the race.
Uh,
And then going into the race, you started at the front, had that early safety car, but you seemed to have the pace in that first stint.
yeah, it was pretty good. The heart felt very good. I was hoping to keep them till the end, to be honest. Not till the end of the race, till the end of the stint, to be honest. Like around lap 13, 14. But yeah, unfortunately, the safety car changed the strategy a little bit, and then Womax pitted for softs with 6 or 7 laps to go, so I had to react to that.
Yeah, in the end, I don't think they would have caught you. But you still managed to come home in P1 and gave you a little bit to fight for at the end of the race. So decent result. You extend your championship lead out in front as well by, I think, 8 points now, an extra over Womax. So now 17 points. I think you now lead the championship. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's the other way around. No, sorry, my bad. You're now only 1 point behind Womax in the championship. 2 races left to go. Next one out is Australia. How do you think you're going to do there?
To be honest, I don't know. I hope for, I don't know, top 3, maybe. Womax, I know he's quite good around there, so I think he's gonna go to the wire.
All right then. Well, best of luck. Hopefully, it's going to go your way in the end.
Thank you very much appreciated.
No problem. All right then. That is going to be everything from me. Thank you everybody for watching. Not the most exciting race, but we had some action here and there. So yeah, next race is going to be Saudi Arabia in Wicked Wednesday. Hopefully you will all tune into that on Wednesday. Thank you everybody for watching, and yeah, we will see you then. Thank you and goodbye.